Now let's talk about cast as the next element of the 4 elements of basic gun fit. Cast is the measurement of the comb as it compares to the center line of the rib. When the comb is off to the right for a right-handed shooter, we call that cast off because it's off from the cheek or away from the cheek. When the comb, the center of the comb versus the center of the rib is pushed back the other way, that's called cast on or less cast for a right-handed shooter. Cast is important because with cast, by adjusting cast, we get the eye, the pupil, centered over the rib of the gun. Having the pupil centered over the rib of the gun is critical because that makes the gun shoot where we're looking. So if I could get behind the gun here for just a second, you'll see I've got an empty gun. You'll see that right now my eye is centered perfectly on the rib. So my gun essentially is going to shoot where I'm looking because my eye is centered on the rib and my eye is nicely placed over the rib of the gun. If my eye were, say, on this side of the gun, I would need more cast if I were fully mounted. Now I'm faking it a little bit, okay? If my eye were all the way over to the right here, that would mean I need less cast. But actually, when I mount this gun naturally, it fits quite nicely with my eye centered on the rib and my whole eyeball, or the iris, sitting nicely on the rib like a marble on a table. This is what we're looking for the gun to shoot where we're looking. Because obviously we're not looking at the rib as we're executing a shot, we're only looking at that moving target. So having a gun shoot where we're looking is critical, and cast is a big element of that. Here you see the comb adjusted to someone who has a little bit, let's say a thinner face and a higher cheekbone, so they need a little less cast, and this is a right-handed stock for a right-handed shooter we're talking about. So here's a student that needs a little less cast, so we move the comb in, but they need a little more height at comb. So this person probably has a thinner face and a higher cheekbone. Going to the other extreme, here might be an adjustable comb adjusted to someone who has a much fuller face and a lower cheekbone. So you'll notice that I have pushed the comb off to the right for this right-handed shooter, and so that gives them more cast, and there's virtually no additional rise at comb, so it's got a fairly substantial drop at comb. Again, this would be for someone who might have a fuller face, a little greater distance between the eye and the edge of the cheek, and won't need as much height at comb because they have a little bit lower cheekbone. That's it for this segment of gun fitting. I'm Don Currie, Chief Instructor. Look for our other segments.